Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squad for boxing news and views from around the internet. Eddie Hearn, the promoter for Anthony Joshua, has sought to quash rumours and speculation that has been bubbling away online that something affected Anthony Joshua ahead of his fight with Andy Ruiz Jr., where he was stopped in the 7th round, dropped 4 times in that fight. Eddie Hearn responding to comments on Twitter. Here is one here. If the Anthony Joshua panic attack rumours are true, it would explain a lot, and if Eddie Hearn forced him to go and fight, he should be done in boxing. From someone who suffered severely with real panic attacks for years, I can tell you they are no joke. You feel like you're going to die. And Eddie Hearn has responded to this. Panic attack? I've heard all sorts of rumours. There was no issue at all going into the fight. And you may have seen, and I covered this worldboxingnews.net article, which claimed that Anthony Joshua had been hit and hurt in sparring, and that could have impacted his performance against Andy Ruiz Jr. And I noted in that video, even if that were true, the fight still went ahead, and the better man on the night won. Andy Ruiz Jr. put on a dominant performance in the end, stopping Joshua. And Hearn has addressed that sparring rumour, calling it fake news. Someone was talking to Vinny Paz, saying, I've heard this rumour. What do you make of it if it was true? And Eddie Hearn responds after Vinny Paz says, go ask Eddie Hearn, fake news. So there is a desire right now by some fans to try look for an explanation for Joshua's substandard performance. But some of it does come down to, regardless of some of the things in the build-up and the preparation, whether that was a factor, who knows. But regardless of that, Joshua got caught in an exchange in the 3rd round after he dropped Ruiz. Ruiz responded by dropping Joshua. A perfectly timed counter shot landed on Joshua, the side of his head, up by the ear, just, around the temple, scrambled his senses, and he never really recovered. Sometimes it's just as simple as the better fighter on the night won. Andy Ruiz Jr. put in the performance. He is the one that deserves full credit for his win. And sure, people are going to be searching for, reasons or even coming up with excuses to explain away Joshua's performance, but Andy Ruiz Jr. got the job done. It's kind of as simple as that. Joshua can come again, and some of the comments that have been going around that, he's now all of a sudden a bum or a fraud or, he's onto the scrap heap. He can certainly come again. And I was reminded, and this was a video that the Nordic Warrior had done. He was talking about, in his fight, the difference of Sergey Kovalev in his rematch with Eddie Alvarez. And those were 2 contrasting performances. So there's nothing to say that Joshua can't tighten up, be more defensively responsible, and do things differently for the second fight and come out with a win. You can't write Anthony Joshua off for the second fight. Andy Ruiz Jr. put on a great performance for the first fight, but that doesn't guarantee him a win in the second. Although, I think many more fans will believe that he can do it the second time around. But Ruiz Jr. deserves full credit for that win. A historical win, a win of significance in the heavyweight division. One of the biggest upsets in heavyweight boxing. The biggest likely since the Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson fight back in, 1990 in Japan. I think there needs to be, sure, there's a lot of soul searching from some fans and trying to explore what's happened here. But sometimes, you have to just say this was a fight. And things can happen that you don't expect. Not everything always goes to what the expected script will be. And we just have to give Ruiz Jr. the credit. And Eddie Hearn has confirmed the sparring stuff is fake news. That there were no panic attacks. There is no issues. I think we should try to take this at face value for what it is. A very good performance by Andy Ruiz Jr. that ultimately stopped Anthony Joshua. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.